I can't believe I just did this, but look at this. My microphone for my camera. So this had fallen off before. It's not like too nice of a dead cat to block wind out for my camera. But yeah, this little piece that goes on top to keep this microphone on just broke off. And alright, gonna have to go without this because it keeps falling off. But you ever just feel like you're not doing enough, like with your ambitions and your dreams? I spent a long time editing that Hawaii video. I haven't been filming much lately other than that, and I feel like I really need to start doing more, but if I'm not doing anything exciting, I can't really vlog. So I'm gonna start doing more like self-help talks like this that I think could help you guys or anyone who might be like in the creative field. So I graduated from college with a degree in management information systems. Now, I had the toughest professor ever my last semester of college. He gave this book to like the best student in the class the semester before that. So I actually had him 2 semesters back to back. And he gave this book to a kid who was actually in my group. And I was like, oh, that not only does the title sound interesting, but I wanted to like learn from them. So I bought this book, Think Like a Freak. And it's all about taking risks, doing things that no one's ever done before or are afraid to do. So it's about like embracing the process of experimentation, and when it comes to YouTube especially, if you're trying to grow and do things different, you really need to embrace that experimental mindset. So the reason why I thought I'd talk about this book today is just because I just uploaded that Hawaii video, and I've never really done a story like that before. Like I did a voiceover and it was like a reflection of my entire trip and experience. It's just going outside of my normal vlog style. And that also goes along with like the song parodies I've done in the past. They don't always work, but like you have to be willing to think like a freak, do things different, like expose yourself sometimes. I was by no means a star student in class. And so that next semester we had class at an arboretum, which is kind of like a park, and you had the choice to either run or do tree identification. And I decided to run. And one reason why I decided that was because the professor kept talking about his daughter and how she was the fastest to ever run this trail and that no one else could compete with her, and he just, like every class he'd bring it up. And I thought, okay, well I'm gonna try to get some brownie points here. If I'm not like a star student in class, like, I mean, it was bad. Like I would get anxiety whenever we had that class because he would just call on me out of the blue when I didn't know the answer, or I didn't know how to explain myself. Like it was like computer coding and not my forte. But anyway, I said, I'm gonna train for this, try to run as fast as I can, beat his daughter's time. And so I did. And when the day came, me and actually the kid who got handed this book the semester before were the only ones who ran. And it was safe to say that I blew him out of the water. And when I finished the race, my professor said, oh, that was actually pretty fast. Like that was actually pretty good. I remember him looking at his stopwatch and just being like completely startled, like almost speechless. So when that second semester ended, he gave me a book too. Okay? So that book is called Outliers. And I'm probably gonna do another talk like this about that book. But this is kind of like the segue into that video. There's ways that you can succeed like in untraditional ways, or like you have to keep your mind open, like look for paths, look for possibilities, and be optimistic. And yeah, that's kind of like my happy ending to that. Whenever he gave me that book on the last day of class, I was ecstatic. I went up to him after class and told him like what I was doing on YouTube, how I was taking his principles that he taught in class about like thinking outside the box and finding other ways to do things, and I was applying it to YouTube. Because the courses that I was taking was like systems analyst, computer coding using C#, and it was like tough stuff. He would always teach us how to think differently, do things differently, like other programmers had before by developing new languages or thinking of new functions to perform a task when running code. And I would take those abstract concepts and apply it to YouTube. So that's why I just wanted to talk about this book, Think Like a Freak, and I'll keep thinking like a freak on this channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Instagram if you would. That'd be really cool, because I've started like mastering Photoshop, and you can do a lot of cool things with Photoshop. Did you know that you could do videos like this on Photoshop? Yeah, I didn't either. Photoshop is a timeline feature and allows you to do things like that. So I'm gonna be posting a lot of other Photoshop projects on my Instagram now. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.